Enjoyment is a must. I will come to you a bit more demure next time.
If your ex-boyfriend no feel like people and it
Hello. My name is Ivie and I'm here for the looks. Welcome to my channel. Today's video we're talking about the business of Zara. Zara who? Zara this, Zara that, Zara that, Zara. We're here to make it all make sense. In this video we're going to be discussing the business of Zara. Why everybody wearing Zara? Like, what is it that everybody can wear Zara? Sit tight, grab some snacks. It's gonna be a lengthy one. This video is a must watch for two types of people. Number one, why Zara? Why the white person? This is the person who says, why Zara? Who's Zara? Where are they from? Why do people wear them? Rich people talking about them, middle class people talking about who owns Zara. And then the second type of person that this video is going to be for is the business person. If you like fashion, you like clothing, you like the industry of textile, this video is for you. You like business, you like supply chain, logistics, the business of fashion, this is for you, baby. I mean, Zara sold the dress. Like, I don't know what else to tell you guys. If you are interested in extra details, there will be a case study and extra challenges like what Zara went through in a Patreon video. That's going to be a full-fledged video. I don't want to put everything on YouTube because, like, baby, we gotta build this channel sustainably. I tried to do it all the last time. It didn't work. Okay, I ran away. So I'm back here. I'm trying to do this as sustainably as I possibly can. So if you don't see any part in this video, I'm gonna push it over to Patreon. I split it because, like, this video is gonna be really long. I'm gonna go through it really pretty fast, but there's 7 parts: background, business models, supply chain as well, challenges part 1, challenges part 2, which is the customer friction, then 5 case study, part 6 competitive landscape. Now part 1 is the background of Zara, background of this company. Where did they come from? Who is Zara? Who owns Zara? How did they pop up before they became a billion-dollar brand? Like, let's get into it. They didn't just become a billion-dollar brand overnight. They actually are very, very strategic. They are very heads-on. They are very calculated. They are very committed, and they now have a lot of money. But before they had a lot of money, this is what this part is going to be exploring. So welcome to the background.
Not enough shopping, whole lot of browsing ads. My reinvention, I know you thinking how's it fair? You stream.
Remember back then there was no TikToks, no influencer campaigns, there's no Instagram, there's no influencers, there's no paid media posts. It's just Zara trying to fend for themselves, right? Like, and guess who owns Zara? Well, you don't have to guess, I'm going to tell you. The owner of Zara, the person who first started Zara, is called Amancio Ortega Gaona. Did I butcher that name? Probably. I couldn't find anyone saying the name. He's the elusive founder of Zara, and at this point he's the second richest clothing retailer in the world. He's a pioneer in terms of fast fashion. He started from the bottom, like really started from the bottom. He was born in Spain. He was born in this very small Spanish town, and his father worked in a railway, so that means that they moved a lot, and so eventually they settled in this town called Coruña in Spain. And this is when he was 14 years old. Amancio moved to, he started working like little jobs. He dropped out of school. He now then got this job as a fashion assistant at a store called Gala. If you hear anything that sounds weird, pronunciation is off. Probably is, okay? I'm not Spanish, I'm so sorry. He gets this job, he's 14 years old. The store is called Gala. This is a local shirt maker. AOG, Amancio Ortega Gaona. This is where he actually learned how to sew clothes by hand. That's right, you heard it, by hand. This man who is literally behind this huge global empire started making clothes by hand. Like, let's get into it. After he joined there, he now moved to this new store. It's still in the same city, Coruña. It's called La Maja. This store, this next store, La Maja, apparently it was like a popular store in Spain there. So he moves to the store. He becomes a salesman now. Remember, he's learned how to sew shirts now, right? So not only did he learn how to, sew the ins and out of like fabric making and things like that, but at this store he meets his first wife, Rosalia Mera. This is his first wife and also the business partner for Amancio, business partner and his first wife, right? This is like the co-owner, co-founder of Zara. At this time, this fashion empire isn't established yet, right? It's still building. Like the eggs been laid, right? It's coming together. It's formed slowly. You don't know that. I'm not born. I don't know if you're born. I'm not born at this time, but slowly things are moving. Amancio and his wife, his then wife, they actually started making quilted dressing gowns, and they were sewing them by hand and working from home back then before it was cool. So at night, like at the end of the day or whatever it is, they would actually be sewing like dressing gowns, bathrobes, things like that after work, right? This wasn't Zara yet, right? They were just trying to build something together. This was affordable fashion. It was made in house, and it was by people who actually understood the craft. Because again, he started this, you know, idea of like working and things like that while he was 14, right? So he knows that entrepreneurial worker mind is already building, and now he's trying to do his own thing after work, right? And this is where the why behind Zara starts to form. I wanted to specifically talk about this story because a lot of us have stories like this where you're trying to start something out, you're trying to build something, you're working a job, you're working a part-time job, moms, dads, it's trying to put food on the table, you're trying to make extra money, you're trying to start something, and then already back then he has cut the middleman by him and his wife, his then wife, making the clothes at home. They've already cut the businessmen, the producers I should say. They've reduced production chain to a minimum, and they're handling everything in-house at this time. Again, this is just for quilted dressing gowns or bath robes, things like that. Clearly at that time, affordability was a factor for them. I don't know if they could afford to hire people to like make these things for them. What makes this part I think crucial for me and for me to bring to you guys is that clothes are expensive. They were expensive, they are still expensive, but I think Amancio wanted to make this affordable, or at least accessible to everyone. He wanted to make it more accessible to people, and so this is where his why started to really come in. Accessible, affordable clothing. He didn't want to reinvent fashion, actually. He just wanted to extend it, to add something to it, to make it more reachable to people. So then how did the first Zara store come about? How did Zara then start, right? The founder, Amancio Ortega, he wanted to then start a store called Zorba. This is the name of a movie, like a Greek movie from back then. He wanted to name it Zorba, right? And he had then ordered like these letters, like ordered the letters, the Zorba, Z-O-R-B-A. So this movie Zorba was about a fictional Greek character who was living life kind of like freely, expressively, with enthusiasm. So I think that Amancio wanted to capture that energy in his brand. It's given he was always about like freedom and expression, because that's the movie he had about the Zorba. I never watched it, but when I googled, that's what they said that Zorba was about. It was about a man, a working man who embodies a love of life, and also an enthusiasm and energy for experiencing life fully. So I like somebody who's thinking on that path. It tells you how the man is thinking, Amancio is thinking, how the brand was thinking at the time. But get this, there was actually a bar down the road with the same name, Zorba. So he was just like, are you kidding me? Right? He's already ordered the letterheads. So he actually rearranges them, the letters, and it just spelled Zara, because he didn't want to return the so that's actually how Zara came to be. The name of the store came to be. And then he opens his first store, right? Remember, they already sewing clothes, so he just opens the first store, right? Opens the first store May 15, 1975, and he is 39 years old, right? And he opens the first store in A Coruña on Juan Flores Street in Spain. Boom! As he opens the store, bam, everything starts to go. Now it's moving, it's selling, he's opening more stores throughout Spain. This is still a Spanish brand at the time. 10 years later, 10 years after he opens the first store in 1975, in 85, he starts Inditex. Inditex is the parent brand for Zara. Today, Zara and multiple other brands, but this is how they started. 10 years after the first Zara store, that's when Inditex was opened. Inditex is the parent brand, which is a holding company, because Amancio knew that he was going to be owning multiple brands, so he started a Inditex as the parent holding co for that brand, because he knew he got it like that. He knew baby, he knew. Inditex means Industria de Diseño textile. This means textile design industry. And so this move wasn't just like, oh, we're just owning one, but they're trying to build an empire. When somebody does that kind of move, this is an empire waiting to like just unleash. He knew, I'm telling you, he knew. From there, things went global. They moved, expanded to Portugal, and then the rest of Spain, the rest of Europe, because other brands then followed after Zara. So you have Pull&Bear, Bershka, Oysho, Massimo came in later apparently, right? Zara itself has about 2,000 to 3,000 stores in 96 countries. I couldn't find the exact number of stores because Zara is very private. That's one thing I learned googling this and researching for this video. Zara is very private. They don't be leaking their information like that. They don't be talking too much. There's not that many interviews of Amancio. It was very difficult to find him, like, right? So if you have information on this video that you feel could be updated or corrected, please let me know, because I'm not CNN. I found him to be quite elusive because it was very hard to find information on this brand, like actual useful information. For the owner, Amancio Ortega Guiona, he's kind of private. If you Google him, you can't find too much of him. It's like the same pictures, like you see him here and there wearing kind of like the same fit. He doesn't look like he even wears Zara. Like very simple outfits, simple shirts, blue shirt, like just very elusive in nature. For you to have that much money, like again, he's a billionaire today. He's a billionaire, literally the second richest clothing retailer in the world, second to Bernard Arnault of LVMH, right? So in terms of fast fashion game, Amancio is number one. Let's make that very, very clear. While we're in the background, let's talk about the family legacy really quickly before we go on to part 2. So let's break this down like a real life telenovela, okay? Amancio married Rosalia Mera in 1966. They have 2 children, right? First wife, two kids, Sandra and Marcos. Amancio has a third daughter in 1984 with a different woman, right? He's still married at this time. So in 84 he has a third child, Marta Ortega, then divorces 2 years after in 86, marries the third child's mother. The second lady enters the picture, or she already got a kid, so she in the picture, right? In 2001 he marries the second lady, Flora Perez Marcote, in 2001, but unfortunately first wife Mera, she passes away in 2013. I think she had some like underlying health issues, and so all of her fortune fell, you know, to her kids, right, to her 2 kids. So today, in real time today, Marta, who is the third child, right, the daughter from the second wife, she has officially taken over as the chair of Inditex in 2021. Right, she succeeded the last person who was there for like 20 years or so. Marta, who is the child from the second wife, is now she's now the chair of Inditex. She's the chair of the parent company. Okay, this is why origin stories matter, right? We've talked about the background, where Zara is from, where the owner is from. I feel like this kind of origin story matters because this is the core of Zara. This is their DNA. This is how they hustle. You see they hustle, they get to the bag. Stores is packed, clothes racks are full on the floor. Sometimes like they control the production chain right from the start, right? They were literally making their own clothes, so they're already controlling their own production. And because you're trying to make fashion for the people, fashion that is reachable, not just for the elites. We're gonna get into that in part 2. Of the business of Zara, and in this part we're going to be talking about the business model, the trend cycles, the supply chain, the production, global domination, world takeover. How does Zara do it? What's the formula? What's the secret formula? What's the Krabby Patty formula? No, for real, because there's a lot of strategy involved. You just enter the store, you don't understand like things people are calculating over here. Data is being processed, passed in the air. You don't know. You're just there to pick up a shirt, a little crop top, a little sweater, right? But on the behind the scenes, there's a lot more going on. So let's get into the business model as well as the supply chain of part 2. When Amancio founded Zara, and even in the text, I don't think he was trying to compete. He was trying to redefine the system. He was trying to do something different at the time, because in 75, 85, even when he found Inditex, I don't think they were doing it quite like it. Fast fashion in that way, I don't think so. How can I get that thing to them before anyone else does? It's not just about clothes. You need a comparative advantage. You need advantage. You need an edge over. It's not just to come and produce another brand. We already have clothes, okay? I have clothes. What's gonna make yours different? And at the time, it was speed for Zara. They reinvented the supply chain norms. They basically just like reinvented this. Today it sounds normal, but back then in like 85, 95, like insane. They reinvented the supply chain systems or norms that they had seen at the time. They prioritized speed and delivery systems, speed, flexibility, delivery systems. They cut out the noise. No fancy advertisements outside their website itself, no big creative directors, no ego. You don't even know who represents Zara. If I were to ask you who is the owner of Zara, you couldn't even tell me until you clicked this video. And I don't know. And I've been shopping Zara for like almost 20 years. So like, hey, they are clearly doing something right. They're doing something right, something that works. If you don't have to see the owner and like you're buying the store, they don't even. How many times have you seen a Zara advertisement on your TV? How many times? Like they don't play with you, bro. They don't play with you little kids. This is a big owner. So what did they do? How did they do it? Ortega decides, I'm gonna produce faster, I'm gonna stay ahead of trends, I'm gonna make this brand feel aspirational but accessible. This ain't Chanel. By keeping production close to home in Spain, Portugal, Morocco, kind of like near each other, near the same continent, Europe, little Europe, a little Africa, top of Africa right there, they have been able to pull off what other brands could not do. Fast production cycle in 15 days. That is 2 weeks. They can make a clothing item and design, make it, get it to you in 2 weeks. What? You can make, design, produce, ship, and get it to me in 2 weeks? And I mean, it's normal to hear now, but back then, oh, what? Like, that's insanity. Meanwhile, some retailers are using 6 months. No, most brands, a lot of brands, 6 months before they produce and design. They're usually working on a 6-month cycle. That's why you hear fall, winter, spring. They work in 4 months, 6 month cycles. Zara said, hold my polyester. The secret sauce really is about the business model, is the relevance and the responsiveness, and this is why the girls love Zara. This is the secret sauce. Quick, from design, from runway to your hand in 2 weeks. You've not heard of it before, Zara. I'm telling you, you hadn't. We had not. Okay, so how did they now master this supply chain? I'm gonna give you 3 steps, okay? Follow with me. Number 1, small batches, no repeat. Okay, now back in the early 2010s, we used to all shop in the same clothing, but it's harder to do now because there's just so much Zara. People have old Zara, no Zara, medium Zara. Child, we all have Zara, right? So small batches, no repeats. Design to shelf, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer, but they really can't do it in 2 weeks. And then centralized production. That means full control. Like, they might have like other like factories and things that they work with, but Zara has so much money, they just rather buy the whole production like supplier. You know what I mean? They just rather own you. You know what I mean? Because it's easier. There's not too much talking. Like, I can talk to the supplier right there. I just have to design, supply it right now. Shipping right here. Okay, you ship. Do you understand? It's in the same roof, so you don't have to be emailing CC, loop it back. So with the small batches, they do not play that over production game. If you see it in store, if you don't buy it, this has happened to me so many times. If you don't buy it, it's not gonna be there next week. If something is working in Zara, they will tweak it a little bit. You might see this dress, and if it sells out, they might next week it might come with no bows or one instead of, like, they'll tweak it a little bit. It's hard that you see the same design over. Now, it was one sandal I bought last year and I saw it again this year, and I was like, people must really love it, and it looks like almost identical. But that's like very, very rare. If it's gone, it's gone. Like, it's crazy because like Shein will do whatever. They could produce the same thing 20 million times. Don't give a damn. Zara wants you to feel exclusive. they want you to feel luxe in a sense. In a sense, we're gonna get to that. And that level of like scarcity is going to keep the cost low and the urgency high, right? Because it's small batches, we don't have to produce 2 million and then now be wondering how we're gonna sell the rest. No, they don't produce too many, not massive quantities. They are launching smaller batches and they are watching how you react to it. They get the data. They are very huge on data. If something sells fast, they will quickly manufacture more. They will make variations and they will do that very fast, right? So they don't have warehouses that are sitting with like stock and old stock, you know. Clean, hot, fresh drops. The drops be hot, fresh, quick, right to you before you can even think it's in your door. They don't even want you to think so far. It's thinking that slows money. It's quick, and then designed to shelf 2 to 4 weeks. They want to keep that new drop energy very real. New drop every week. When you're checking the website, hitting that refresh every week, they want you to have something new, some new designs that you can. Because if you're bored seeing the same styles, are you gonna buy? If I already bought this last week, am I gonna buy the same thing again? No, it's fast, it's cheap, I'll buy a second one. And they don't want the trends to sit down and sit there. They are pulling data, they're analyzing the store's feedback in real time. Every time you're shopping, you're communicating with the sales associates. They are actually each and every single day, at the end of the day, they actually send an email over like what's popping, what's not, what customers are complaining about. They send an email to their head office every single day, all of the Zara locations. So imagine if somebody's complaining about the same thing in every single store, they can quickly attack the situation. Or if somebody's asking about, oh, where's this pink shirt from, or we want a pink shirt, and 5 locations are, they're gonna be on it tonight. The designer has already drawn it tonight. With this kind of reactive just-in-time model, it's not, they're not thinking 6 months ahead. It's, baby, I said I'm getting it to you, you're gonna have it in 2 weeks. Number 3, centralized production, meaning full control. Oh my god. As I said, most of their production is happening in Spain, in Morocco, in Portugal. They are near to each other, okay? Sometimes this, again, as you can imagine, this costs more as opposed to like outsourcing from like Asia, but like the payoff that they're getting is speed and flexibility. I can't explain to you what speed and flexibility can do for a business. Customers don't want to wait around and hear what you talking about in 6 months. It's like, girl, I don't even know what 6 months ago, I don't even know what I wanted yesterday, something like 6 months ago. Everything that passes through their distribution hub in Spain, it gets sorted, it gets tagged, quality checked, and shipped out twice a week. They mentioned that they also even have RFID. This is a radio frequency identification tag. It's kind of like GPS for clothing, so they can track all of their items, track their clothing in real time in the store, use that for inventory management. That is great. Just logistics, all around logistics. This technology can be used to restock efficiently. You don't have to be talking too much. If the system can see that it's low, they can restock, you know, quickly. Again, remember, they've already produced quite a bit, but they can restock as needed. They can prevent theft easier. And I don't know about that. I would like to speak to somebody on this, how this works for loss prevention, because people still gonna do what they're gonna do. So I really want to know if that really works. I think that this kind of RFID technology is great for forecasting trends in real time, stock management in real time. Things are selling up quick. Then, oh, this is trending. Oh, okay, they like that kind of zip or this or that or kind of dress. Okay, let's make, you get me? Let's just tweak it, and you get me? Like, we can follow you like that. All those like drop dresses, low waist dresses. Okay, the girl like that one. Let's make it 20 of it in all the popping colors, in all the short, long, mini. You know what I mean? Like, you can now use that actionable information, data. This is where qualitative, or is it quantitative information becomes qualitative information, for example. Now, let's zoom in on that business model really quickly. The model that is really working for Zara is that they use scarcity as a real tool at Zara, as well as the design culture at Zara is very important, and how they adapt to. This is the myth of Zara. Stores that are working overtime. This store is more than just a retail space. They are like data centers. As I said, they are the sales associates. You might not notice, but the sales associates, the managers, they always capturing that. They have that email to. I've worked in retail before, and we've had to send like all those daily emails as well. I'm pretty sure. Like, not Zara, but like clearly this is a huge thing for Zara, right? The stores associates, again, they're sending reports, what's selling, what's being tried on and not being bought. So important. What are people trying but they're not buying? What are the customers asking for? right? Again, this information is going to their headquarters in Artexio, Spain, where the designers, merchandise, and production teams are all in the same building. I just told you that they're all in the same building. They're going to discuss, oh, okay, this was working, this was not okay, why are they trying this on? Is there an error? Do we need to talk to our producers, or do we need to recall? Baby, in-house, streamline, ego free, you know, it's data led. We don't want to know about what you feel and what you, I mean, we like what you feel and what you think. Data is usually less subjective of your emotions and more accurate of what's going on in real life. There's no need to wait for approval from the director, creative director. It's like, if it works, if I'm sure they have like checklists of like things they'll, you know, need to go through and things like that. But if the data says that crop tops are moving, they are going to make 5 versions of that crop top. Do you understand? They need God, I hope you guys are getting it. Yeah. Obviously they have like people that work there, you know, quality, things like that, but like it's not like other brands. Like Gap has a creative director. Is it Zach Posen? There's no creative director for Zara. Now they have designers, but there's no one big, you know, head honcho. And again, another model that works for them, drop everything. If it's hot, we are dropping it. The windows are constantly being refreshed. Their merchandisers be working overtime. I looked online and it says that they're shoppers that go into the store twice a week. Twice a week? If you're going to the store twice a week, that's like 100 times a year. Do you know what that means for a business? They're capitalizing on all of that twice a week. That's, oh, we need to refresh the store, we need to keep the store updated. All of this information is building that data, that Zara, the Zara that we're seeing today. You know, as I mentioned, they don't really run traditional ads, but they invest in real prime real estate. If you notice, Zara locations are always in very interesting locations. If it's not in the mall, if it's in the mall, they're not just located behind anybody and they just say, you know, they're located nicely. The store looks beautiful. They try to sit near the luxe brands. I've even seen like Zara and Chanel like down the street. It's just like interesting, right? They want prime real estate. They want you to be shopping Chanel and look at Zara. Like they want to be giving luxury quality vibes. They want you to go in there, shop at your luxe stores, and then you come out and get this $59 dress. So the message becomes clear in that situation. Luxury, I don't know about quality. We're going to talk about quality under the challenges. And fast fashion speed. That's what they were prioritizing. That's what they are still prioritizing, honestly. And then another model that they really use is scarcity. Like scarcity is part of Zara's strategy. It is what it is. They don't want you to wait for sales. They have trained us to never really wait for sales. Now, I still wait for them. I'm waiting for the one that's coming. We're in June now. I think there's one coming in the middle of July. It's twice a year. I think it's November and is it July? Something like that. It's not just sale. You cannot just see sale. Now they did in recent times add a little tab called special prices. It's not really sales because they don't want you to get used to that sales, like low quality, cheap sale for that 21 sale. No. It's giving like special. It's the psychology of it all. It matches with that luxe, not cheap, accessible, affordable, but like luxe vibes. Quality, up to you. For most of the year, you are actually paying full price. Which brand does not want you to pay full price? Every brand's dream is for you to pay full price and clear the inventory. And that is what Zara is trying to do. They want as little sales as possible because they want you to pay full price for most of the items. Why? Because then they get to retain most of their profits. They don't have to share the profits with sales. The profit is going to Zara's bank in the text. I don't know who banked that. It's going to the head. Another part of their culture is data. Zara and data. As I mentioned, they don't really have one creative director because that creative director is you, the customers. You are the creative director. They're designing the store, you just don't know it. You just don't know it. They still have designers. Remember that they still have designers. They might not have a creative director, but they still have designers. And from what I read online, it seems like they have over 300 designers from all around the world. I imagine that the process is fast, very collaborative. Again, it's not one honcho in there, right? I imagine it's fast, collaborative, and again, based on data, actual data and observation. Not just ego trips, vision boards. Like you just feeling it, right? It's like, okay, well, you're feeling it. Is it gonna sell? Like we could feel things. Is it gonna sell? I don't know. They actually monitor fashion around the world, from nightclubs in Tokyo, university campuses in Toronto. They will check. Apparently they're always paying attention. They are recreating trends before they actually go, like as they are going viral, before they go viral, they're on top of it. This is how you end up with a blazer inspired by Fashion Week. So it's in your house in 2 weeks. Fashion Week is going on, but it's in your house in 2 weeks, right? Because you're paying attention. The data is hitting them and they're producing. If the data matches up, makes sense, they are producing that right. They're dropping it quickly. Another part of their model is that they adapt globally. Different climates all over the world. And now again, they ship like worldwide pretty much. I don't know about Africa. There's a lot of like, there weren't that many stores in Africa, I will say that. I don't even know if there's any. They might have like people that they distribute through, but I didn't see that many stores, like actual full-on Zara stores in Africa. I didn't see that many. I was trying to go, but let me know if you guys have stores in Africa, if they ship to you guys specifically. I don't know. Yeah, as I said, they adapt globally. So they have obviously we have different climates in the world, different cultures, different fits. They will match. If winter is happening here in Canada, they will match the winter vibes, but it could be somewhere elsewhere. It could be somewhere in Australia, and they got it over there, or in Spain, or whatever it is, right? So they'll sell me winter sweater stuff, but they'll go to areas where it's more conservative. They'll sell them like more modest items. If it's bikini season over there, they'll do that, right? They will match your vibe. So more money. Like if I'm willing to match the vibes of everybody, I will sell to everybody in that situation. So that means more money, more revenue, more money. You're thinking locally, but you have that global energy. Why does this business model work really? Again, higher prices, they retain their prices. Fewer markdowns, that means they have stronger profit margins. They get to keep their full prices for the most part. They have low inventory, lower waste. They are not keeping 20 different warehouses just to store stuff that they will never sell. No clearance sales, racks hanging there. Now you might find the occasional but it's not like prominent the way it is with other brands. You have things dropping weekly. Obviously you have more customer engagement. People are going to come here, shop, right? You have loyal shoppers. They feel like they can come here and they will definitely meet some new styles today, and there's less risk because you're not just guesstimating what is in, you're actually using data. That's that big brand energy, right? They're not okay, maybe they are everywhere, but it gives like luxe, classy, everywhere kind of vibe, right? Not just like we're just everywhere on sale every time. It's not. This is where they set apart from like H&M, Forever 21. Like this is where they're like a little bit seen as or viewed as a bit of a higher brand, even if their prices, actually H&M is still lower pricing, but yeah, but that is why they are relevant. That is why they are fast. That is why they are responsive, because they are always watching. They're always watching. Part 4, customer frictions. This is like a part 3A, challenges extended, but POV, the customers. These are the critiques, the not so quiet critiques, the not so quiet things that are coming from customers, right? Because the tension is brewing between Zara and the customers, and I know, because I'm a customer, I know price versus quality, number one. Quality, that's why I've been saying quality, like, because this is a customer friction. Did you know there was a time where Zara quality was so good? I mean, I didn't even feel the need to go anywhere else. Zara was giving it to me. Now Zara is still affordable, don't get me wrong, relatively, I guess. The quality I wanted, the style I wanted, the price, everything was just aligned. It was just like Zara, just put me in the store and let me become you, okay? But now the quality these days, in recent years, especially everything pandemic and post, it's just like quality has been dipping. Now don't get me wrong, I'm wearing a Zara dress. The dress is fine, but like if you shop Zara, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Can you guarantee the quality aura? You cannot. You might order one shirt and you think, oh, and the shirt just comes, it's like where is the thread count? Is it 2 threads used to put this shirt together? Why is it feeling flimsy, and if I wash it, this is the end? Blazers that used to cost $59, now they want $29. They don't even have extra lining or extra weight to them to make it feel like luxe and like, ooh, this material could, you know, when you're holding something luxe and heavy and it feels like, ooh, this material can go, this item will be my closet for years. Zara don't be giving that anymore. It's giving, I'm gonna wash it and it's done. I'm sorry Zara, I love you, but know, the quality, let's work on that, let's work on it. Customers are now starting to side-eye the value proposition. If you are entering mid-tier pricing, 100 and something, 200 and something, and your quality is giving mid, give me my money. Give me my money, let me go to somewhere else. If I'm gonna pay 150, why would I just go to Cause and other stores, or anywhere, or Banana Republic? Why am I here? And I'm paying the money and I'm not getting the value. You will see that a lot in a lot of Zara hauls. I see that a lot of people wear Zara. I see that a lot. Customer complaints about quality is it's quite high. How easy or how difficult is it for a brand to gain you back after they lost you, after they played your face? So like, hey, number 2 for the customer frictions is website and app experience. Zara has invested in digital, but the user experience can be very interesting. I don't know if you guys have shopped Zara over the years. I have, and I'm here to tell you about it. It was jokes all throughout the pandemic in like 2020. It was jokes being made on Zara because Zara would do this like editorial shoots for the website. It's like, babe, this is fast fashion. Why am I watching a editorial for a photographer's mood board? Baby, I just want a crop top, baby. I ain't finna navigate through your photographer collection to reach the shit. Where is the price at? How do you get Zara? Okay, so product images can be artsy to the point of confusion. It's like you're looking for a blouse and you're finna end up in the okay. Navigation can be clunky, filtering was limited, items felt hidden at times. Like they've improved, right? They've improved now. You can get there and even click, but there was a time where you couldn't even click the thing. Navigation was like, bro, why am I getting this avant-garde just layout? I just want my crop top. Oh my god. Number 3, customer frictions, size inclusivity. Oh my gosh, if you have shopped Zara, you know that in women, I don't think I've ever seen extra large. I don't think I've ever seen extra large. It's even hard for you to see extra large. Sometimes they just cap it at large. And if you're even thinking, there's times where I've even gotten a little bit thick and babe, nothing could fit me. Even the large could not even fit me. So somebody that is really plus size, like they full on plus size, what are they gonna wear? Oh, okay, this brand is not for them. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, got it. And then for the men, same thing. Like if your man is tall, low, baby, you ain't gonna find a size either. Same plus size shoppers, you're not in the picture. They don't care. They don't even, and this has been years and they've not done anything about it. So clearly you are not in their mind. Their size range is still very narrow, and as you can see, size inclusivity is a conversation now, especially in 2025. People are trying to be more inclusive, you know, more open, things like that, and Zara is lagging on this front. I am telling you, it's not even about just ticking boxes, it's about seeing and serving real bodies. And maybe it's very easy to be thick. Like, what if I want a little extra oversized? I can't even wear oversized now because they say it's really large, they carry. Okay? Oh, all right. So yes, as I said, Zara is very powerful. They're very strategic, right? They're ahead. They've been ahead of their competition in so many different ways. They're doing well, right? But these challenges, it starts to kind of like crack. So the question really is, how long will this model last, right? Will this model adapt? Will it remain? Will they change? Or is it consumers who will then just be like, you know what, I'm going elsewhere? What happens next with this, all of these challenges that we just discussed? We're going to discuss what I think in part what part was that I was talking about? Part 7, where I discuss future outlook and expansion, but that's okay. For now, let's go over to part 5, and part 5 is my case study. This part is a Patreon exclusive, so all the other girls can get it. You got it, babes. When you love me, you always gonna get. Maybe that's what you told me, and I believe it. Cause I ain't never had nobody do me like you. No, this hair would eat like this as well. Candy Milk Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream. Love it.
I know there's somebody who loves me. Somebody.
Okay, part 6, landscape of competition. Everybody wants the crown. They want Zara's crown. They're coming for their head top. Part 6 competitive landscape. Okay, they've been through the fire. They pivoted. Okay, the girl was on fire. They put her out. All right, now she back on fire because they coming for the head top. Okay, now they playing nice. They're playing, but everybody's in the field now. Ultra fast people. You thought Zara? You thought you were fast? Hold my polyester again. Zara's whole identity used to be about affordable on a trend options, like on trend, giving it to you fast, giving it quick, it's on trend, it's elevated, it's luxe, da 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 da. But in 2025, everybody is fast. Not everybody, but a lot of people are fast. The rise of ultra fast fashion. Shimu, Shein and Temu Shimu. We have to talk about Shein and Temu. We have, it's competition, right? They are digging into Zara's market share hard. They're not just competitors, they are disruptors. Shein, brands like Temu and Shein, they've come in here. Amazon, even Amazon fashion actually. Zara was praised before for being fast, affordable, things like that. Shein drops thousands of new items per day. I told you Zara was dropping 10,000 items per year. Shein is dropping 1,000 styles per day. A day? Whoo! A day? Not month, a day. They are using real-time data, short production cycles, of course. Do you know this? There's a time we used to order on Shein, and Shein used to be called She Insider. Do you guys remember that? And She Insider used to take a month to ship things. I mean, now it's faster, maybe like a week or two, depending on what you're ordering. But like, in terms of cycle, fast, whoo, they are quick. Again, same things. They're using that data. They take a page off of Zara's book now. They did. Remember, you see them on TikTok a lot. Their marketing is very, very aggressive. TikTok, social media, Shein. How many UGC creators they have? Oh my goodness. If you even Google dress, sometimes the Shein will even come up. You know, Gen Z, they have a huge appetite from research anyway. They have a huge appetite for novelty. They crave new styles, new this, every day, new crop top, new trends. Right, it's on to the next one. It's like the cycles are very fast, very like microwavable cycle, like quick 2 minutes, pop out, like quick pop, microwavable popcorn. You thought she was wilding? Temu? Temu is giving $3 items. They don't even, it's giving like dollar store. It's giving like, this is what AliExpress used to be when AliExpress first came out. So the fast is getting faster, cheaper. So wherever Zara thought they wanted to compete before, somebody is out competing them in that regard, in a sense. So Zara almost has to like find a new or reinforce their standing, because all these people are cutting into Zara. People that used to shop at Zara, they'll go to Shein. People that used to shop at Zara when Zara was more affordable, they'll go to, do you understand? Like your share is getting in up, Zara. I think also that's why they were reducing stores too, because they're trying to react and trying to adapt. They're trying to increase their or improve their online digital experience. But they are not giving cheap though, right? Because let's be honest, it's not cheap. If Shein is selling $10 dresses, Zara cannot sell $10 dresses. They can't do it. I'm sorry, they just can't. So you have to really understand, Zara, what is your new comparative advantage? What is your new edge? You know, why should we stay with you, Zara? Nah, me, I'm gonna be here. Let's be honest, I just bought a dress. Zara, me and you go together real bad, so don't go anywhere now. But I'm just saying, I'm just reporting the news, baby. Customer behavior is changing. I just talked about Gen Z. Gen Z is built a little bit differently, okay? They are quick, they are ruthless. They're not as loyal to you because you're not loyal to them back. So why should they be loyal to you? And I get it. They're younger, they're shopping online more than ever. They're very online savvy. They love a good micro trend. They appreciate sustainability, but only if it's cute and affordable. If you are sustainable and you talking about over $1,000, you lost the Gen Z. I'm not grouping Gen Z like all Gen Z, but I'm just saying as a group, there's like certain features and behaviors that they see with a millennial versus a boomer versus Gen Z versus whoever, Gen X, whoever the hell it is. Not that every single Gen Z is doing this, I'm just saying. And so because Zara is not really collaborating like that, they're not really paying influencers like that. I've seen a few collaborations with Zara where it's like Zara's fun, but Zara don't be sponsoring the girls like that, like the way Shein did. let me tell you. So it's very easy for Zara to get cold pass, except like it's a really fun haul. Like Zara haul even got so much at the time to where people were like, okay, we have seen what, even tired, leave us alone. So now I see it's trying to pop back up a little bit, but there was a time we were getting exhausted there. Part of the competitive landscape is the tech giants, the tech titans. Amazon fashion, I just talked to you about Amazon fashion is climbing up. ASOS is still there, Boohoo is still there, but ASOS is very much still there. I talk about ASOS pretty often. Amazon fashion is more popular now than ever. They have a lot of variety. Amazon fashion delivery, let's be honest, Zara finna take 3 days. Amazon can be here tomorrow morning. Like right now, what is the time? 6 p.m. What is it? 6 p.m. right now in Toronto. If I make a Zara, if I make an Amazon, like an Amazon fashion order right now, it could be here tomorrow morning before I open my eye from sleep. Back then it was just word of mouth. Like they were just relying on like the vibes of it all, the brand to carry. Now the brand will carry, but they will go to Amazon fashion as well. They will go to Shein as well. Another part of the competitive landscape is K fashion and Chinese marketplace are on the rise, or they've been there. I never even knew about these people, but as I was doing my research, I discovered that there are Korean platforms like YesStyle, Style Nanda, and Chinese marketplaces like AliExpress, which we obviously know, of course. But those are gaining traction with the fashion forward, you know, consumers, the younger consumers who love those niche aesthetics. They like dressing, but maybe they like the little Korean style fashion. They like those Korean style silhouettes. Me, I love a good Uniqlo. They want to be fast, they can be faster. Zara cannot win this game, I don't think, in this regard. So the movement, and we don't want them to win the game of being cheap. No, I don't want them to win that game. I want them to give me quality, styles, variation. I don't mind waiting 2 days extra, baby. If you need to get it together, I don't mind. So mad return things that I've washed to the store and get my money back after I washed it, because I washed it once and the quality just are you joking? Mid luxury and conscious fashion. This is Zara's graduating class, but not a high-end brand. Why are you charging me $200? I'm Canadian, so them US prices gonna get to 200 real quick for me. 200 and something, especially when they do their edits. 200 and something, 100 and something for Zara. What are you selling? What are you selling? What is the quality to where I need to be paying these 3 digits? Hey, so if I'm going to do that, why don't I go to another brand like COS, Uniqlo? Those brands are scooping up Zara share, Zara's base, their fan base, their customer base. They're scooping up real quick. Zara, you ain't doing nothing with them. Let me take them. You ain't giving them the quality that they are paying for. Let me take them. These brands, these other graduating class brands, they are offering better quality, slower fashion cycles, transparent sustainability messaging, and most importantly, peace of mind when you wash it. Oh my god, I just ordered new Uniqlo items like last week. I'm gonna wear them and wash them. I hope they just, even by looking at them, I can tell they're better by just looking at it. And how much these items cost me? $35 for the shorts. Like the pants were like on sale, maybe like $40. Why isn't Zara doing that? Customers have sense. They will start to wonder. They will start to ask questions. You want to raise your price and your quality didn't rise with it? Very interesting. Again, I just told you I don't mind waiting. I don't mind a slower fashion cycle if it means I get quality. I don't mind, baby. I don't. Like, slow down. If you need to slow down, take your time, do just that, okay? That was a lot in terms of challenges and left. What didn't you do with Zara? I'm so sorry, Zara. I still like you, okay? It's just a video, okay? We're just dissecting things. You're doing great. Clearly you're a $1 billion brand. You're doing great, sweetie. So let's rewind and run it back for a quick second. Let's just recap really quickly what we talked about in all the parts, because it's been a while. We'll be here for a while. We talked about the origin story. Oh my god. We talked about the humble beginnings. We talked about where they came from, Spain to global domination, world domination. We talked about Inditex, their vertical build up, the model of the vertical model, about how they keep everything in-house, supply chain, design, manufacturing, logistics, retail. We talked about that design to rack in 2 weeks energy, game changer energy that a lot of all these brands have literally copied. And don't forget their store first trend reactive model that once put them miles ahead. Right before there was all this online stuff, all their store stuff was, they were like a pioneer really. So don't forget that faster trend fashion runway to wardrobe, design to store in 2 weeks, right? We talked about their models, we talked about how they expanded really fast, right? What makes them so quick. We talked about their digital experiences, their digital expansion. We talked about a case study where they had challenges with the pandemic. We talked about their customer challenges, sustainability, as we just mentioned, all the good stuff. We talked about competition. We talked about brands that are borrowing that same model, the fast model, and making it ultra fast, ultra cheap, ultra fast, ultra cheap. Companies who are doing it even better in terms of faster and cheaper than Zara, right? We talked about the tech giants, we talked about technology, how technology kind of is coming to play with Zara and this business. We talked about everything. We talked about Amancio Ortega, the owner, the elusive nature of this brand, the why did they start? Why does everybody wear Zara? Because they can give you fashion, runway fashion in 2 weeks. Fashion week could be going on right now and they could get that design to you in 2 weeks in different colors. That's why the elite shops Zara, because that trend they saw, the brand they just saw it at, is not going to produce that item till 6 months from now. Only so many people can pull the samples. Only so many people. And just order it to why not? We know that Zara keeps it luxe. They stay close to luxe brands in terms of location because they want people who wear Zara to not feel cheap. So which gives the richer people, the agency to shop Zara. At the end of the day, whether or not you like Zara, whether or not you want to shop them, they are still that girl. Isn't it wild? They're still that girl. Even after all this, they still have a huge market share. I keep talking about the share, but the share is still huge. They are doing well. They are doing just fine. I hope you understand, or you can see kind of like the greater shift that is happening in fashion as a whole. Zara changed the game forever. They changed the game, but those rules are changing. The game is changing. But we stay stylish, we stay inspired, we stay curious, we stay informed. Well, we don't move, baby. The brands will serve us, okay? The brands will serve us, and if they don't, another one will come that will serve us better, okay? And that's it for this video. I am absolutely delighted to bring this video to you. I hope you enjoy even half of how I was feeling bringing this video to you. Oh my goodness. So without further ado, let's wrap it up. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one, in the next video. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Mwah! Bye.